Exercise 13.2, question number 1. Which of the following are in inverse proportion? Two quantities will be in inverse proportion if their product is same, and also if one quantity increases, the another one decreases. When one quantity increases and the other one decreases, then they are in inverse proportion. Now let's see these examples and then we will tell whether they are in inverse proportion or in direct proportion. The number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. Suppose some workers are painting a room. Okay, so when they are painting the room, if there is limited time, okay, then if there are more workers, the job will be done fast, and if there are less workers, job will take more time. So the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job, it is in inverse proportion, because if there are more workers, time will be less, and if there are less workers, time taken will be more. So opposite is happening, one quantity increases, the other one decreasing, then it is inverse proportion. So the first one is inverse proportion. Okay, question number 1, the first one is in inverse proportion. Second is the time taken for a journey and the distance travelled in a uniform speed. Time taken and the distance travelled. More the distance will be, the time taken will be more. If there will be less distance, the time taken will be less. If one quantity increases, the other one is also increasing, and vice versa. So this will be in direct proportion. Okay. In case the speed is not uniform, if the speed is increased, then if the speed is more, then the time taken will be less, isn't it? So if the speed is not uniform, then it will be inverse proportion. Third part, area of cultivated land and the crop harvested. More area, more crop will be there, crop will be there, and if there is less area, the less crop will be there. So it is direct proportion. Third one is direct. Fourth, the time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. Journey, the time taken for a fixed journey, the distance is fixed, and now the time taken and the speed. More speed, less time. Less speed, it will take more time. So opposite is happening, both the quantities are not decreasing and increasing together, so it is inverse variation, or we can say variation also, proportion also, both words you can use. Fifth part, the population of a country and the area of land per person. Suppose this is the area, now this is the population. Now as the population will increase, land per unit, per person, the land per person will keep on decreasing, because the area is fixed, isn't it? The area is fixed, and if there will be more population, so area per person will decrease. So it is inverse proportion, because with the population, area is not increasing, with the population, area will decrease. One thing is increasing, another one is decreasing, so it is inverse proportion. Question number 2 now. In a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh is to be divided equally amongst the winner. You must have seen so many game shows where the prize money is given. Complete the following table and find whether the prize money given to an individual winner is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. Let's see the table. Number of winners here. If there is one winner, prize money is 1 lakh. If there are two winners, prize money is distributed. It is 50,000, because the organizer of the game show, they are only spending 1 lakh rupees. Okay. If it is to be given between 1, 2 or any number of people, they are going to give only 1 lakh rupees. Now if there are two people, it will be, if there will be two winners, the prize money for each one will be 50,000. What if there are 4 winners? Now how much money will be given? Now 1 lakh will be divided among 4 people. So it will be 25,000 each. So what is happening? As the number of winners are increasing, the amount is decreasing. isn't it? If one quantity is increasing, the another one is decreasing. So what kind of proportion it is? It is inverse proportion. So this is in inverse proportion. Now as it is in inverse proportion, we have to find the value of these missing. I'll just do one, other parts you all can do. Question number 2 is in inverse proportion. Okay, first of all we will tell them that it is in inverse proportion. Now what is happening here? When the winners are increasing, the prize money is decreasing. Now we have to find the missing value. If this is x1, x1, x2, x3, this will be y1, y2, y3. Now this y3 is missing. How will you find this y3? You can compare this one with any of these two, either with this one or this one. Let's compare with the first one. So we will compare x1, y1. Which sign will come? As it is in inverse proportion, I told you in my previous video that their product is constant. In direct variation, their ratio is constant. Here their product is constant. When you multiply x1 and y1, it is going to be same as x3 and y3, because this is the missing quantity. x1 is 1, y1 is 1 lakh, and x3 is 4 and y3 we have to find. Now let's find y3. y3 is equals to 4 will go in the denominator of this 1 lakh upon 4, 25,000. y3 is 25,000. Now each one will get 25,000 rupees. Similarly, we will find for the other parts.